I am sure that everyone is excited for Last of Us 2. I'm sure most of you are playing it right now. I'm sure some of you haven't went to sleep because you're playing it right now. So I'm going to go ahead and give my impressions on the game. I'm about 5 to 6 hours into it. Obviously, I'm not going to spoil this game for anyone. I don't want to ruin the experience for anyone. But, before we get on with the video, definitely hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. You can always subscribe to the channel for weekly content. So without any further ado, here's my impressions on The Last of Us 2. So what's going on, you guys? Gaming Addict here, coming at you with another video. So obviously from the intro, you know that I've played The Last of Us. You know that I've got a few hours into it, and I've noticed a couple people do want to know my opinions on this game. Maybe it's because I'm a primary Xbox person. They expect me to just completely rip on the game, and let me tell you right now, that's not going to happen. We'll go over just a little bit briefly. I don't think this video is going to be too long. As far as graphics, this might be the best looking game that is on consoles in general, and I mean all of the games. Uncharted 4, Rise, every single game, this game destroys that game. From everything from the snow, obviously there's a point where there's no snow. Everything about this game looks fantastic. The structures, the people. Naughty Dog is the king at graphics, and they are. You cannot take that from them. They are the king at making graphical looking games, and no one can ever take that from them. And I think from this day forward, they're definitely going to be right up there at the top. I've always considered Naughty Dog like the top 5 developers, never like one of the top 3, but with this particular game, I might bump them up to and put them on the top 3. Now, as far as gameplay, I think this is the biggest improvement from The Last of Us 1. The gameplay to this game is way better than it was in the previous one. You have a dodge button, you can actually dodge, and it feels like a real fight. When you punch people and you stab people, it actually feels like you're physically doing that to them. And that is one of the biggest things I really enjoyed. When you actually get into a melee fight in this game, it feels like you're really boxing someone. It feels like you're really on that last dire edge to kill them or you'll be killed. To me, I don't know, but the Infection seem like they're a lot more aggressive than they usually are. Maybe that's just me overthinking things, but it definitely felt like the Infection are way more aggressive than they ever were in Last of Us 1, and I've really enjoyed that because some of the affected in Last of Us 1, it didn't really feel like the AI was all that smart. A key factor that I've noticed from the start about this game is the actual, what's the word I'm looking for? The attention to detail with this. There's a part in the game where you start to upgrade your weapons. A lot of you seen it on Twitter, but it's one thing to see it on Twitter and it's another thing to see it on your screen. And I will tell you right now that attention to detail that was in just that little part. Now, that's not to mention everything else. There's a lot of lights in this game, colors in this game. The attention to detail was one of the best things, but that particular part when you're upgrading your weapon and you're taking it apart and you're greasing it down, I was like, wow, Naughty Dog has really outdid themselves this time. Now let's talk about the story. I'm not going to spoil anything. For the most part, I don't mind where the story's going, and I don't mind the direction they went with the story. Now, I do think that some things didn't make sense, but it wasn't enough to make me be like, I'm not playing this game anymore. It was just one of those things like, I feel like there's a better way of implementing this into the story than how they did it. But that's neither here or there. It's not something that I would even take a point off of, because I haven't completed the story, so everything might make sense by the end of the story. But that's pretty much my impression. It's a masterpiece already. The 96s were definitely deserved. I know some of you saw me on Planet Xbox and saw me on Twitter kind of questioning the reviews, and it wasn't necessarily questioning the reviews of the product. It was really the guidelines that they had to review the game in general. But it's a masterpiece. I do think it deserved that 96 it got, because right now I'm about 6 hours in and I was hooked. I had to physically make myself get off the PlayStation and go to bed, because I'm like, I gotta work tomorrow. I got to go ahead, get a little bit of sleep, and I can start this back tomorrow. But put it in the comment section below. Who here has played the game? Who's watching this video has played it? Put in that comment section below. Please do not put spoilers down there. I will definitely be paying attention, and I will be deleting spoiler comments. There's nothing against you. It's just I'm looking out for my viewership. But anyway, definitely put what your thoughts on there. Put your impressions in that comment section. Do not put spoilers. Like I said, I will delete that shit. But anyway, tell me what you guys think. I'm out of here. Peace.